Hello guys, welcome back to the multimedia channel. I hope that you're having a great weekend. As usual, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you who are already subscribed to the channel. I mean, it really means a lot to me. It goes a long way in encouraging me. Like I would always say, to keep, pushing out the content that I share on the channel. To those of you who are yet to subscribe, I really don't know what you're waiting for. Please hit the subscribe button and don't also forget to always like, share, and comment. That's basically react to the content that I share. All right, so today there are quite a number of updates as it concerns the Super Eagles, particularly as it concerns the search for a new coach. I mean, it's been a lot of controversy surrounding that subject, but hopefully a new coach would really, be appointed for the team to, put an end to this months and weeks of controversy and all of that. But then, before I get right into what we have, I don't know who else is as excited as I am, as the new season for the Premier League is about to start. I mean, we are just roughly 6 days to the start of the new season. I mean, it's supposed to begin on Friday, which is the 16th of August. So I'm really excited. I mean, so it's up to you to decide which team you want to support this time. I know there are teams that didn't really do well. There are teams that were very close to the title. Of course, I'm talking to Arsenal fans. Hopefully, you get to win the EPL this season. Yeah, but talking about that, so Manchester United had a chance to double their trophy yesterday against Man City in that Community Shield clash, but sadly they lost. Um, I don't know. I wasn't happy, and I believe that many fans were not, happy because Manchester United clearly had better chances. I mean, Garnacho was introduced, and then before you knew what was happening, he actually got a goal for Manchester in the 80th minute of the game with just 10 minutes, and then maybe 5 or 7 minutes of extra time. And Manchester United would have won that trophy, but then their usual mistakes, defensive mistakes, and all of that actually gave Bernardo Silva, an opportunity to equalize in the 89th minute, just 9 minutes after they got that first goal. Of course, I'm not talking about the many chances that Rashford actually missed in that game. I mean, I think Rashford really needs to, work in his goal scoring because he missed an awful lot of chances in that match yesterday. And of course, he ended in a penalty, and of course, Manchester City actually won in the penalties, and then they scored. They won the trophy. Basically, I wasn't really happy because I mean I was hoping that Manchester United would double their trophy for the season, having won the FA Cup. But be that as it may, I think the fact is that Manchester United they appear to be very serious, ahead of the start of the new season. I mean, looking at the change in the management, and then they've basically like brought in quite a number of players. I think around 4 or 5 players, have had to join the team. Of course, the latest being Matis Delit and then Mazraoui. Mazraoui, of course, both of them play in the defense line for Bayern Munich. Yeah, so latest reports have it that Manchester United have actually completed the signing of these two players. So it further, makes the defensive line very strong. And of course, Wan-Bissaka has, joined Aston Villa, so he's moved the other way. Yeah, I believe that that's like part of reasons why Manchester United had to, push really strongly for the signing of Mazraoui, who I think he plays in the wing back, just like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So basically, I think that the club is, prepared. I mean, of course, we all are aware of the fact that the management actually brought in Ruud van Nistelrooy, one of the best players and legends of the club, to actually join the team management and to join the coaching staff. And I think he's really been doing well because we could see quite a number of improvements on the part of the players, how some of them are, they're dribbling, they're finishing, and all of that. So we're really hoping and wishing that the club would do well, at least qualify for the Champions League for next season, and probably win the Premier League. Of course, not be Man City only supposed to win Premier League. Spain actually beat France 5-3, after extra time to win the Olympic men's football team. I actually watched that match, and I can tell you that I was super impressed with the kind of quality that Spain has. Really, I don't know where they learn their own football. I mean, they basically, taught France how to play. These are guys who are not necessarily physically, strong, but then they have this great sense of maturity in the way they play. Their style of play is really out of this world. So they've won, the Olympic men's football tournament. So congratulations to them. France actually did their best, coming back from, I think it was 3-2 with just a few minutes to go, to making it 3-3. But then, of course, when they got into extra time, Spain had to go and come back stronger, basically. So congratulations to them for actually winning the trophy. Yeah, so moving on to what we have, of course, as it concerns the Super Eagles. The official match days for the Super Eagles 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda has actually been confirmed by the Confederation of African Football. Of course, the AFCON tournament will be taking place in Morocco in 2025. So, according to reports, the Super Eagles begin their qualifying campaign, against Benin Republic at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, on September 7th, and then 3 days later, they play Rwanda. We're just hoping and wishing that they would do well, because till now they've really underperformed, especially in the World Cup qualifiers. I don't know. I just pray that they would still qualify for the World Cup, but it's not looking like they will. I mean, looking at the performance that they've pulled in their qualifier matches, but hopefully, they'll beat Benin Republic and Rwanda. I mean, these two names sound like they're not strong sides, but I mean, we know how the Super Eagles have consistently fumbled against countries that they are way better off. Yeah, so we're wishing them well and hope that they would qualify for that AFCON tournament. Yeah, so moving forward, a top official of the NFF has actually said that the appointment of a new coach for the Super Eagles may have been put on hold for now. I mean, according to reports, the government is not comfortable with a lot of things, around the selection process, and would actually prefer to conduct their own independent investigation. I mean, I know I talked about it while I was introducing the video, that this search for a new coach is beginning to linger, and it's no longer making sense. I mean, by now we ought to have appointed a new coach, so he can, become conversant with the players ahead of all of these qualifier matches that they have. But I mean, I keep wondering why this search for a new coach is really dragging this long. But I think I understand to some extent. It's usually this whole question around interest. This group of people want their own individual to take the reins of power. These people want their own individuals, or have their own preferred candidates, who they would want to become the coach. So that it's basically this question around the politics, that have always come into play. So usually it's not even so much about the competence of the individual. I don't believe that is it. It's just politics that is making it drag this long. But I've always said that it is important really for us not to make a mistake in deciding who becomes the coach of the Super Eagles. But of course, there have been the controversy around whether another local coach should be given the opportunity. Of course, we know what happened to the coach who actually had to resign. So many people have been calling for a foreign coach, but then there are questions around whether or not the NFF can really afford to pay a foreign coach. Of course, that their salaries are usually higher, way higher than Nigerian coaches and all of that. But then a former assistant coach, he's known as Silvano Sopara, has actually called for homegrown solution to the challenges facing the Nigerian football. He has also criticized the NFF's pursuit of a foreign coach because, of course, there are indications that the NFF prefers a foreign coach. As a matter of fact, there have been quite a number of names, candidates that have come up, as people who could take over as, the coach of the Super Eagles. I know there is Havrenad and then quite a number of people, but Silvanus Okpala has come out to say that Nigeria has all it takes, that we can pick out an individual from the talents that we have, people who have the potential, people who have the competence and the capacity to lead the Super Eagles. But I know many of you hold different views regarding that subject. Also, a Nigerian striker, a former Nigerian striker, is known as Julius Aghahowa, has also advised against hiring a foreign coach for the Super Eagles, as there could be difficulties in payment of salaries. I mean, I talked about that earlier. I think we're at that stage when we shouldn't be having challenges with paying coaches their salaries. I mean, I recall what happened during Jose Pesero. I mean, I know that he was owed months of salaries. I mean, we shouldn't be doing that. If you know you cannot afford to pay a coach salary, then don't go for him. Go for the ones you can afford. And then give them the support that they require, and then encourage them to work with the players to achieve the goals. I don't know. I just hope that this whole question around the search for a new coach would be settled, so that the players can become conversant with whoever emerges as the coach at the end of the day. So moving forward, Udinese goalkeeper, of course, Maduka Okoye, is actually becoming a hero in Italy. I mean, he was recently mobbed during his team's victory in the 2024/2025 Coppa Italia fixture. I mean, so he's made quite a number of clean sheets, and also in that game he kept another clean sheet. Um, you know, for his side, as a defeated Serie A side known as Avellino. So because of his performance and then what he has done for his Udinese side so far, a fan actually had to jump into the team and then held him, and then of course reports had it that he became emotional. I mean, it's common. So kudos to him. He has really improved. I mean, after all of the criticisms that he received in some years ago, when he was invited to actually feature for the Super Eagles, he has really gone on to improve in his performance. So this is me wishing him well, and hoping that he would continue to impress at his professional club side. So this is basically what we have for today. So as usual, I want you to share your thoughts on the comment section. What do you have to say about this lingering search for a new coach and the entire controversy surrounding it? Do you support the idea of a foreign coach, or do you believe that a local coach, that we can get a local coach that will offer solutions to this poor display by the Super Eagles that we've seen so far? So just share your thoughts on the comment section. Also, what do you have to say about the AFCON tournament qualifier matches that Nigeria will be playing against Benin Republic and then Rwanda sometime in September? Do you think that the Super Eagles will qualify for that tournament that would hold in Morocco? Yeah, so just share your thoughts on the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, as always. Bye for now.